Hello and welcome to Hot Money on Bloomberg Quint Live, India's first digital live streaming business news service. This is a show which gets you a complete wrap of all the stocks that are buzzing in trade. I'm Darshan Mehta. Let's welcome our experts then. Technical analyst N.S. Fidai, Aditya Agarwala of Yes Securities, and Amit Shah of India Bulls Ventures join me on the show. Thank you to all of my guests for joining me. Before we start the show with our experts, let's go across to Yash Upadhyay, who has a chart on Escorts. Yash, what does this chart indicate?
Afternoon, Darshan. So a sell signal coming in on Escorts, and there's a formation of a bearish engulfing pattern. So on the back of not so very heavy volumes, the stock is down significantly today. The big red candle over here that completely engulfs the one ahead of it. And an interesting point to note is that even after going higher in the previous day of trade, it managed to fall because at higher levels it is seeing some resistance. The stock has seen a spectacular rally going from the levels of 600 to as high as 775, and from these levels it is sort of seeing pressure. And on the back of the bearish engulfing forming, we could expect a downtake when it comes to Escorts.
Okay, and Yash, if you backtrack, every time a bearish engulfing pattern was formed on Escorts, what was the average return that it gave?
So Darshan, 5 out of the last 7 times the bearish engulfing pattern has formed, the stock would have given you on an average returns of close to 4% over the next 10 trading sessions.
Okay, so that's fair enough. Escorts at 742. Thank you so much for that, Yash. NS, Escorts at 742.
Yes, absolutely. The stock has been moving in very small candles, like they were more like you can say it's a distribution pattern, and yes, it can fall almost up to 700 rupees also. So agree with him about it's in bearish this thing. It may see a sell off.
Okay, what about you, Amit?
Yes, see, the overall trend is strong, but just today, the momentum just for the near term is kind of losing out, and the 20 EMA on the 60 minutes chart, where it was continuously holding, has given up as we speak. So yes, a move towards 705 to 710 is likely. A small trading correction.
Okay, what about you, Aditya? Would you agree?
I would say it's a small trading correction, as Amit pointed out. So I'll closely watch it for 740 levels. That is a good strong support for the stock. If that is taken out, stock can go down to levels of 720. So fresh short will be triggered below 740 for target of 720. A little bit correction can be seen.
Okay, so it's more of a technical correction that our experts say, and you can play Escorts for that level only. But we'll start with the first round. NS Fidai has a bullish call on Dredging Corp. Fidai, what's your strategy? What is the indicator that you've used for this strategy?
I have kept it very simple today. If you see this pink line, that's 200 DEMA. Oh. That is 200 days exponential moving average. The stock had rallied strongly from around 340-ish, almost up to 460, 465. And in that too, in two trading sessions, and then it has consolidated well. And if we add volumes, if we see volumes here, the volumes were exponentially high, while now it has, in this correction, it is a time correction rather than price correction. It has formed a flag, a triangular flag here, and the volumes are also subdued. So that shows the smart money has tried to remove the weak players. The smart money entered when this rally happened, and it took resistance around 200 DEMA. After that, when there was a minor correction, and it is holding out within this mother candle. If you see this, the price has not closed below this. So currently today also it is showing some strength, and only if it closes or starts closing below this, then there could be some opportunity for us to buy on bit lower. Otherwise one can buy above breakout of this area. So that would be around 460-ish, 465. And it has a potential to show 500, 550 also. Okay, on the upside.
At this level, should they buy or should they not buy?
They can buy this at this level because this is very low risk area. Here, if you see this is the stop loss just below this for trading purpose. So one can buy here and keep a minus stop loss around 435. Okay, and they can go long here.
Okay, what's the time frame of this trade?
Time frame could be like moment it gives a breakout, this 500 could happen in probably the way it is shooting up, it can happen in a day.
Okay. So that's a positive view that's coming in. That's a potential 10% upside. Thank you so much for that, Ines. Amit, would you buy Dredging Corp? Would you share the same view?
Yeah, I would share the same view. In fact, basically this is a very, very strong stock, and few sessions back, the kind of move that happened probably on 31st of December, I mean, it says that very strong hands have actually started to, corner the stock basically. So, and the way it's been consolidating, and then So since then is, it's a very tight consolidation. I would actually look either ways. Either I'll look, so it's a buy basically in either ways. So I'll buy either above 460 or even on a dip towards 430. I would utilize to buy the stock basically.
Aditya, third 3 on 3.
It's not yet broken out, as Enes pointed out. It's yet to break out. So if I buy at current levels, my target out here will be 470. 470 happens to be the simple 200-day moving average. He talked about exponential day moving average. So simple 200-day moving average is around 470. If it crosses 470, then yes, stock can head to levels of 550, 570 as well. So if I buy at current levels, my immediate target will be 470. Above 470, I'll hold on for targets of 550. There's a bullish momentum building up, no doubt about that.
Okay, no doubt. Dredging Corp is the first stock that we spoke about. Positive views coming in. The next stock that we want to talk about is Axis Bank. Amit has a recommendation in it. It's a short-term flag breakout. Explain the chart and why are you so bullish?
Sure. Can we have the monthly chart first?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't think we have it. We'll try to get it, but
no problem. Yeah. So Axis Bank is one of the banks, one of the private banks, which has not actually in last 3 years or something of that period. If you see, it has not really participated with the Bank Nifty. So in a way, it has underperformed, but that underperformance is likely to catch up.
Yeah. Is this the one?
Yes.
Yeah,
correct. Yeah. Yes. So basically, this is a long-term period where Bank Nifty rose very sharply. A lot of banking stocks have done well, while Axis Bank was going through its own period of its sideways consolidation, which is actually it had already broken out. It was again testing the zone. It has again started an up move. So overall, it's actually breaking out from its long-term consolidation. And generally, such long-term consolidations do not end easily, and they tend to have bigger moves. So we have been recommending Axis Bank for quite some time to our clients. We have an upside target of 850 on a little longer horizon. But yeah, so basically the view continues. Axis Bank breaking out of its monthly consolidation is a very, very bullish signal, and this is happening, along with the market itself doing well. So there are good chances of basically this trade working out. Now, if we can have the intraday chart, the 60-minute chart. Yeah, so even on a near-term basis, as I said, if we are looking at a near-term trade, it is actually in confluence with the direction of the market trend itself. The move preceding to the consolidation is very, very important. If you can see this sharp up move, it has come in very few sessions, and then again a tight consolidation. Tight consolidation is very, very important, which says that the holders are quite confident about the stock, and it's a flag breakout. So one can expect a sharp up move on the upside.
What's the stop loss that one should keep?
1 second. The stop loss is 649, and we have targets of 730 and 750 on Axis Bank.
Okay, thanks so much for that. So Axis Bank is something that we'll talk about. Aditya, Axis Bank, what's your view?
So I would want to buy and hold it in the portfolio. It's, as Amit pointed out, it's breaking out of a long consolidation on the monthly chart. But as far as a very short-term trade is concerned, I'll put a stop at 650. If the stock starts to trade below 650, I'll be out of the trade, because there can be some profit booking that can be seen in the stock because of the nature of the stock has shown recently. So from a longer-term time horizon, yes, I can include the stock in my portfolio even at current levels. If it's a very short-term trade, I'll put a stop at 650 and then go long at current levels.
Okay, Fidai, what's your view?
Yeah, it's a bullish stock. It's in breaking out in the lifetime high zones, and it is trying to enter into uncharted territory. Bullishness would come into the stock once it is above 700, because that would take away all the bearishness from the stock, and it could be a good portfolio stock also.
Okay, so that's the view that's coming in on Axis Bank. Positive views coming in. The next stock that we want to speak about is Info Edge. Aditya wants to speak about it. No doubt the counter is trading at record highs currently. Will the momentum continue?
Yes, Darshan. So if you take a look at the stock right now, it's broken out of an ascending triangle pattern. As an ascending triangle pattern is basically the highs are the same. If you take a look at these two candles, the highs were the same, and the lows keep on rising. So we have the higher lows and the highs were the same. And in trade today, it's beautifully broken out of that consolidation pattern. Volumes have been pretty healthy in the recent breakouts. And along with that, if I take a look at the RSI continues to take support at the 50, which is the neutral level. It doesn't go into the bear zone at all. So it takes support at the 50 level on all declines that the stock has seen, and from there stock and RSI tends to go higher, price tends to head higher, head north. And also if you take a look at the history of the stock has a history of going into a narrow consolidation and then it breaks out, and then again it goes into a narrow consolidation and it breaks out. So in trade today also it has done that. It is broken out of that ascending triangle pattern. I expect the stock to test levels of about 1830 to about 1820 to about 1930 in about 1 to 2 weeks time horizon. I would put a stop close to about 1590 for this play.
Okay, so that's a positive view that's coming in. Thank you so much for that, Aditya. Amit, Info Edge, would you be a buyer?
Yeah, so see, basically the stock has been in range between 1700 and 1350. So it's a broad range that the stock is moving in, and it is just giving an early indications of trying to break out above that. So once it sustains about 1710, 1715, then a breakout is definitely on the cards, and then a move towards 2000 can and should be very much possible. Of course, it should take maybe probably 2-3 months or something for that kind of target to achieve. But yes, that momentum is building up.
Okay, broadly positive. NS, what's your view?
Yeah, absolutely agree. Stock is favorite of mine. The way it is trading, it has not. It has made sure that it has tested 200 demo almost 4 times in last 6 months. True. And now also it is now trading in a flag pattern, trying to give a breakout. Today also there was a good move, but you would see momentum only above 1750, because that is where there is lots of selling pressure coming around 1740ish. So once it is broken out around 1750, you will see a good up move, and it can do 2000 plus also. So 2000 could be a good bet for maybe next 3 to 6 months.
So consensus positive views that are coming in on Info Edge. Now let's move on to the second round. NS Vidai has a buy recommendation on BML. Amit also has a buy, so we'll bring both their charts. So first, NS, your chart, what is the indicators that you've used? Can you explain that, and why are you bullish?
Sure. See, again here the same stock is very similar in the pattern where we saw Dredging Corporation earlier. It has moved up very sharply from around 700 and went up to almost 870, 900, and then means it has consolidated. Okay, and if you see this, the stock is trading in a channel. It is an upward rising channel, higher top, higher bottoms. It is maintaining that. That is a basic, you can say, technical parameter of Dow theory. So basically it is following that also. Currently, the way it is consolidating here, I have a patented, my study, wherein I look at convergences of all moving averages. So it is also showing that kind of, pattern where most of the moving averages are converging here. So any breakout from this level would be a very huge move possible. But right now we can look at, if it gives a breakout, and let's say if it gives a breakout above, this high, today's high, probability is it can go up to 1150 in the very short term, in 3 to 4 weeks. And volumes are also pretty high when it was rising, and now it needs again to jump up. To break out from this zone, it needs to jump with good volumes. So when you see good volumes and the price movement which is breaking above this green line, which is a flag, a triangular flag again. So if it gives a breakout, there could be a very big move there in the offing.
Okay, so and probably if it doesn't, it will consolidate. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, that's what we are seeing here. It has been consolidating in this zone. Actually, right now, the way yesterday it has moved up. See, this 4 days it took to fall, and it just took 2 days to come up to this area. Okay. So that shows the strength of bulls.
Okay.
So this is what is prompting me to go for maybe we can see a move in a maybe this weekend itself.
Okay, so that's a positive view that's coming in on BML. Amit, I believe you also have a positive view. We'll get your chart also, and what are you recommending, and then Aditya will be the deciding factor.
Yeah, so basically in extension to what Fidain was saying, basically this is a 60-minute chart, and it's showing a nice and tight consolidation. Even on the daily, if you see, it's just hanging around the 200 EMA for many sessions, and is actually holding out the 200 EMA as well. After, see, one should be aware that this was one of the very few capital goods stocks which had made an all-time high in 2017, later part of 2017. And then the correction that we have seen, it's a larger degree bull market correction. Not many stocks in the capital goods have actually made a new lifetime high, you know. So overall, there's you know, a good strength in the stock if you talk about the broader structure as well. And the move preceding so this is a quite in high beta stock. Generally, if you see, BML does give you that strong upsides, you know, whenever it moves up, it consolidates, it again moves up, you know. So it has this nature of, you know, stronger moves, you know. So yeah, I mean, just a consolidation breakout, very initial signs have come here. So your risk reward is quite favorable here, and generally you should not miss such stocks, so because the move that precedes after the consolidations are generally quite sharp.
Okay, so what's the target? What's the stop loss?
Sure. So the target is, we have two targets. One is 990 and the other one is 1020. So a decent upside from current levels.
Okay, and the time frame is 1 to 2 weeks. That's put up on your screen. So that's the view. Thank you so much for that, Amit. Aditya, both of them have given their view. Would it be a third thumbs up?
Yes, definitely. It's a third thumbs up from my side as well. So the stock is trading above its major moving average, that is 50, 100 and 200 DMA after about a year. So it's underperformed. It's traded below those averages for almost a year, and now it's trading above that. Along with that, 50 DMA has crossed over its 100 DMA. So that's a very positive trigger as far as the technicals are concerned, and it's almost on the verge of breaking above its 200 DMA. So 50 crossing over 200 is also about to happen very shortly. If that happens, that is a golden crossover, and then the stock tends to head higher. In the past, whenever the stock has done especially in this one, in this case, whenever it has happened, 50 DMA has crossed 200 DMA, stock has risen almost 40 to 50%.
Okay.
And if it happens right now, probably I'll agree with both the gentlemen, it could be probably in for a 1200, 1300 sort of a target.
Okay, so it's a consensus bullish call that's coming in on BML, and the final stock, at least from our experts, before Yash comes back on, is Tata Global. Aditya, what makes you bullish on the counter?
Okay. So the stock has been consolidating in a falling wedge pattern, as you can clearly see, bound by two lines. The lows were clearly taking support at the lower end of the wedge. The highs were facing resistance at the upper end of the wedge. What recently has happened is stock has taken support at 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. This happens to be the third wave, which started off from here, and of that third wave, it has taken support at 61.8%. This is the fourth wave correction or consolidation, as you can say. And if you clearly take a look at recently what the stock has done, it's taken support around 207 to about 200 odd zone, and from there stock is trading higher. In trade today, it's actually making a bullish engulfing pattern, and if that happens, I would expect the stock to break out of this zone pretty soon and head north even from current levels. But at current levels, even if somebody buys, one can put a small stop at around 207 and look at a target of 234 to about 245. Also coupled with that, if I take a look at the RSI started making a higher low, so which is an indication that the sellers are losing momentum. The moment RSI starts making higher low, it gives you a sense that the sellers are losing momentum, and the downward could be put to an arrest soon, and the stock can break out on the upside. Stock is up about 2 to 3% in trade today. Volumes are good, so even at current levels, I'll go ahead and buy for targets of 234, 245. Put a stop at 207. Time horizon could be 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, that's a positive view that's coming in on Tata Global. Thank you so much for that. NS, what's your view on Tata Global?
Yeah, actually today it has also given a move about 217, which is a good move. That means the stock can go to almost 223 and 234. So that looks very high possibility in an extreme short term. Probably you can say it in a week's time only.
Okay, what about you, Amit?
Yeah, so since 2018, the stock has been kind of correcting and is in a longer phase of consolidation. In the near term, once it crosses about 225, actually it is in a process of making a near-term inverse head and shoulder pattern, which is a bullish sign. So a move about 225 would take it to 250, 255 kind of targets.
Okay, so again a consensus bullish call that's coming in on Tata Global. And before we wrap the show, Yash Upadhyay joins us again. Welcome back, Yash. which stock are you talking about?
I'm talking about your favorite stock, Lupin.
Oh,
it's from the sector that you
favorite stock, but yeah,
it's from the sector you track. So not an exact call. It is within 1% of the trender. In fact, the stock is currently trading above the trender line. So the trender line over here, the red one, that is at the mark of 860. The stock is at 861. Should it manage to close above the trender line, then it will flip its color from red to green, indicating a potential upside from these current levels.
Okay, so that's quite a comprehensive chart. But Yash, what was the historical trends? Because I can clearly see that the returns have been strong. What would be the average?
So the indicators work beautifully on the long side. As you can see, some big green lines coming from the lowest level. So 4 out of the last 6 times that the indicator has turned positive, it has on an average given strong returns of close to 3.5% over the next 10 trading sessions.
Okay, and this time around the trender is 860.15. That's the level that you need to watch.
And the stock is above the trender line, but it has to close above the mark of 860.
On a spot basis?
Yeah, on a closing basis.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Yash. What about NS?
Yeah, I agree with Yash also again on this. It looks like it's going towards 900 rupees. There is a minor hiccup at probably 875, 877. Otherwise, it can go up to 900, 905 also.
Okay, Amit, what?
Yeah, I mean, stock has been sideways for quite some time. There's not much of an activity. So unless and until it closes above 870, 875 zone, as then mentioned, only then some momentum will come back. But otherwise, it's quite sideways. A trading move towards 900 kind of levels.
What about you?
I'll also go for a target of 900. The risk to reward is in favor of going long at current levels, so that is the only reason why I would go for long. It has underperformed the pharma SPAC. All the pharma stocks have run up of late. This is the one which has underperformed. So I'll go ahead just because the risk to reward is in favor. I'll put a stop at 840. Look for a target of 900.
Okay, so those are all the stocks that we spoke about. My final comments, just a one-word answer: yes or no. Will we hit 11,000 this week on the spot on the Nifty?
Doubtful.
What about you?
I would say yes.
Oh yes, and what about you?
Yes, we would hit an 11,000, but close above that is not guaranteed.
Okay, so I think the bulls outweigh the bear, at least for the Nifty this time around. But with that, it's a wrap on today's edition of Hot Money. Thank you to all of my guests, Aditya, Amit, NS. Thank you so much for coming in. Ask BQ comes up next. Stay tuned to Bloomberg Quint.
Delegates of over 100 countries, 15